Your money is dying. Not stolen. Just fading. Every day it buys less. And someone designed it this way. Go back 100 years. Money meant something you could touch. Every dollar was a receipt for real gold locked in a vault somewhere. Governments couldn't create more whenever they wanted. Hard limits existed. Overspend. Reality hit fast. Debt wasn't just numbers on paper, it had actual weight. Citizens watched monetary policy closely. Why? Because excess money creation triggered panic. The entire philosophy was simple: stability over growth. Inflation was treated like a disease to be avoided. When it appeared, alarm bells rang everywhere. The system was built on restraint, accountability, and consequences. 100 years ago, money was real. Each dollar represented actual gold in a vault. Governments couldn't just print more. Limits existed. Spend too much? Face consequences. Money held its value because it was backed by something physical. The system feared inflation like a disease. Stability mattered more than growth. Then the 1930s happened. Everything collapsed. But not from high prices, from low ones. Money gained value every day. So people stopped spending. Why buy today when it's cheaper tomorrow? Businesses died. Jobs vanished. The economy froze completely. Governments learned something. Too little spending is worse than too much money printing. August 1971. Nixon appears on TV. He cuts the link between dollars and gold. Temporary, he says. 50 years later, it's still gone. That moment changed everything. Money stopped being a thing. It became an idea. The government could now create unlimited amounts. The only limit? Whether people still believed in it. Here's where it gets wild. Old rules: save cash, avoid debt. New rules: opposite. Cash loses value yearly. Debt gets cheaper over time. Say you borrow $300,000 at 3% for a house. Inflation runs at 5% yearly. Your house price rises. Your debt stays the same. You're making money by owing money. The wealthy figured this out immediately. Borrow cheap. Buy assets. Watch them grow. Everyone else works harder for less. New money doesn't reach everyone equally. Banks get it first. Big companies second. You last. By the time it hits your paycheck, prices already went up. An economist named Cantillon saw this 300 years ago. First receivers win. Last receivers lose. Back then, kings and merchants. Today, Wall Street and Washington. Different players. Same game. Your distance from the money printer decides your fate. Central banks aim for 2% inflation yearly. Sounds harmless. Calculate it. Over 30 years, half your money's value, gone. But if you own assets, they rise with prices. Houses, stocks, they go up. Only have wages? You fall behind. Your salary negotiation happens once a year. Prices change every day. The wealthy don't fear inflation. They use it. Own appreciating things. Borrow cheap money. Watch the gap grow. Governments love this too. National debt gets lighter automatically. Borrow today, repay with tomorrow's cheaper dollars. Same number. Less burden. That's why they fight deflation so hard. Deflation makes debt heavier. Exposes problems. Inflation hides everything. Banks love it most. Rising prices make saving stupid. You must invest. Must take risks. More loans. More products. More fees. The whole system assumes tomorrow's money is worth less. Remove that. Everything collapses. Position is everything. Earn wages? Adjust slowly. Own assets? Adjust fast. Hold debt? It destroys you or enriches you. Credit card at 18%? Trap. Mortgage at 3%? Leverage. Rich people understand this naturally. Most people never learn it. Information gap becomes wealth gap. Inflation doesn't just move money. It rewards knowledge. Know the rules? Win. Don't know them? Get played. 2008 crisis. System nearly dies. Central banks create trillions. Not for regular people. For banks and stock markets. Asset prices recover in months. Wages stay flat for years. Quantitative easing, they called it. Fancy words for move wealth upward. Then 2020. Same story. Pandemic hits. Money floods in. Stock market hits records. Housing becomes impossible to afford. Asset owners win big again. This isn't conspiracy. It's math. The system rewards ownership, not work. This happens throughout history. Weimar Germany 1920s. Middle class destroyed. Factory owners got richer. America 1970s. Stocks went nowhere. Real estate made fortunes. Britain after World War II. Inflation erased war debt, destroyed pensions. 2020s everywhere. Richest 1% gained trillions. Median families fell behind. Different times. Different places. Same formula. Inflation is the oldest wealth transfer on earth. People blame companies. Politicians. Supply chains. Those are symptoms. Real cause. We built an economy on debt. Debt needs inflation to survive. When inflation spikes too high, central banks promise action. Raise interest rates. Markets panic. Headlines scream crisis. Then, just before breaking, they stop. Ease back. Because the goal isn't elimination. Just control. Zero inflation means zero growth. Zero growth means collapse. The war on inflation is theater. Tighten enough to calm people. Not enough to break the system. Everyone at the top knows, a little inflation keeps everything running. But inflation does more than move wealth. It changes thinking. Teaches you to spend now, not later. Borrow freely. Chase returns constantly. Patience becomes weakness. Caution becomes costly. Careful savers watch money shrink. Aggressive borrowers watch debt disappear. This creates the perfect debt economy citizen. Always spending. Never secure. Always chasing safety that never arrives. We call it growth and prosperity. But underneath, it's the same engine running for centuries. Keeps governments afloat. Banks profitable. People distracted. Inflation serves people who live ahead of now. Who borrow. Who invest. Who own assets. It punishes people who live in the present. Who earn wages. Who save cash. Who play safe. Rich people don't fear inflation. They weaponize it. Every generation learns this the hard way. Money's value is never guaranteed. Only question, which side are you on? Watching wealth disappear? Or controlling where it goes? The system needs inflation to function. Without it, the entire debt structure collapses overnight. With it, wealth automatically flows upward. This isn't a bug or corruption. It's how the operating system was designed. Now you see it clearly. So what happens next? Once you understand the game, you can't go back to not knowing. You have two paths. Keep following the old playbook, save cash, avoid debt, work harder. Or learn the actual rules the wealthy follow. Borrow strategically. Own appreciating assets. Use inflation instead of fighting it. The system won't change. It can't change without collapsing. But your position inside it can change. Your financial future depends entirely on which side you choose. The side that gets drained? or the side that does the draining. That choice is yours alone.